They say a man's home is his castle. But what if your home actually is a castle? Well, we've traveled all over Great Britain and found 4 of the biggest and grandest, most over-the-top castles in the world. All to show you what it's like to really live like a modern-day king.
Oh, look at this.
From a 600-year-old Scottish stronghold to a multi-million-dollar castle that's definitely worth keeping.
What the heck is that?
This is old world living with all the modern convenience.
Come and have some soup.
Lovely.
And you're gonna see it all, because we've got the keys to the castle.
You know, there are literally thousands of castles in Great Britain, but most of them, well, let's just say 600 or 700 years without a major renovation makes it pretty difficult to call these places home. But a few brave folks with a lot of bucks in their pockets have accepted the challenge of turning these living pieces of history into modern homes you are just not gonna believe.
My first stop is a grand country estate. I'm in Dorset, southwest England, heading towards Athelhampton Manor. It's rumored to be haunted too, but we'll get into that later. Athelhampton is home to Patrick and Andrea Cook, their 2 sons, James and George, and of course, their dog, Alfie. So in other words, this is a very modern family living in one very old house. How old? Well, Athelhampton consists of 3 wings spreading out from a great hall built around 1500.
This is what I call a stately home.
Hello. Hi.
You must be Andrea.
Yes, hello.
I'm John.
Hello, John.
Nice to meet you,
Hello,
Patrick.
I'm Patrick.
John.
Hello. This is the Great Hall. This is 500 years old, this room. This is the principal room of the house.
Some castles are passed down through the generations, and others are bought, providing you've got a spare 10 or 20 million lying around. But this place was given to Patrick's dad as a wedding present. Sure beats a set of dishes. Anyway, Patrick inherited Athelhampton in 1995 when he was still in his 20s, and since then, he's spent lots and lots of time and plenty of money turning this place into a perfectly modern home for his brood.
I love the stained glass windows, and those are all original, yes?
They are. They're all the coats of arms of the various families that have lived in the house for the last 500 years.
One thing I've noticed, everyone's got a gallery. It's a minstrel's gallery.
That would have been where the evening entertainment took place. Everybody would have ate and drank and slept down here, and there'd have been entertainment up on that gallery. And if the performers weren't interesting, they'd have just pushed them over the edge.
Oh, please don't do that to me.
Sure, history's all well and good, but this is a modern home, with all that entails. Just imagine sticky fingers on your priceless works of art. Just off the racecourse, the Great Hall, is the living room.
Now, this room obviously is a sitting room.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we use this room every day.
This is our everyday drawing room, and it is a bit muddly, I'm afraid, but that's how we are. That's what we live. It's a home. It's not a museum. So I'm doing some garden design at the moment, which is all that stuff there.
Right. Is this for your own garden?
Yes, out in the main garden, yeah.
Of course, in these castles, gardens is putting it mildly. You're looking at Grade 1 listed gardens. That's English for historically important. It takes a full-time team of 3 workers and tens of thousands of dollars to maintain them. And take a look at this. 12 100-year-old, 30-foot-high, world-famous topiary pyramids. Wonder if they prune those things by hand. Makes me exhausted just thinking about it. Let's go back inside.
What is it like, being a young couple with a young family, and you were saying that it's not a museum, it's a lived-in house. Is there any problems that arise with that, with having 2 kids in a house like this?
I think it would be if they'd moved here from another house, but they don't know any different. So they're quite au fait with the fact that we're open in the day. Sometimes they do rampage and just set the alarms off. and the dog gets through, but then that's quite entertaining for the visitors.
Out here.
And the kids definitely see a lot of visitors here at Athelhampton. Because although this is a family home, tours and special events help pay the bills. And there are lots and lots of bills. So whether you want to get married or just picnic in the gardens, this could be the place for you. Oh, and there are 12 permanent staff to look after everybody, except, that is, the lady of the house.
And what would you do on a daily basis when you're not with the children?
Oh, it depends, really. It depends what job needs doing. I was polishing a table this morning and cleaning windows. It just depends. You know, it's like any house, really. It's just on a bigger scale. So really the chores don't really alter. There's still washing to be done. There's still dirty socks all over the place. But actually the children make most of the mess.
And what would you say on a yearly basis it costs you to keep the place going?
100,000 a year is a very nice starting budget for repairs, let's put it that way.
Wow, that's nearly 200,000 American dollars a year just for repairs. And we haven't even gotten around to the heating bills. Living like this sure doesn't come cheap. And it's not exactly easy to find your way around this place either.
So each time, guys, we come through this is the central part of the house. We have to go through this in order to get to another space.
It's not too bad when you're on the ground floor, but when you're on the first or second floor, you have to go down and up again, because this goes right up into the top of the house.
Up and down, up and down. Oh well. I guess if you want to live in a 500-year-old historic castle, these are the breaks. Now remember I mentioned some ghosts? Well, pay attention, because things are about to get a little spooky around here.
I noticed the stained glass window, we have some monkeys.
Yes, well, he was the pet of the Martin family, and the story goes that they had a pet monkey in the house, and unfortunately he got stuck behind one of the secret panels and starved to death, and then he's now heard scratching behind the panelling as a ghost.
Ew. Have you ever seen the monkey?
No, but our neighbour's daughter has seen it.
And there's even more to get spooked about next door, in Athelhampton's formal living room.
Here, let me show you a secret panel.
There's a little handle. You're joking. Can I head up it?
You can head up it.
Okay, and wherever you will meet me wherever I come out, is that correct?
Yes.
Will I come out the other end?
It's very narrow.
On the other side, we'll meet you.
It's meant for small people.
Is this the same place where the monkey was?
Yeah.
It is.
Is it really?
It is.
Yeah.
Me and the monkey.
Oh, this is quite spooky. It's really cramped.
This passage was used by the original Lord of Athelhampton to sneak about the place without being seen.
Hello, John.
Hiya. I've come out into the billiard room, right?
Yes, well, it's supposed to be called the library, but it's definitely the boys' games room.
Ah. Now, coming up that little creepy staircase, in a sense, is that the only ghost in the house?
No, we've got several others. We've got a grey lady, and she haunts the bedchambers on the east side of the house. So if you'll stay the night, hopefully you'll meet her.
A chance to have the keys to the castle for a night? That's one invitation I can't refuse. Coming up, more at Athelhampton. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Well, okay, maybe a little.
Oh.
And later, an Elizabethan manor house with the latest in security systems. From 500 years ago, that is.
This is one of the most vicious weapons you can have.
Plus, good enough for Shakespeare, good enough for me. Macbeth's Castle in Scotland. Back in Dorset, England, at a grand castle, the 500-year-old Athelhampton Manor. Its beauty comes with a pretty hefty price tag. It costs a couple of $100,000 a year just to maintain this place. So that means every little bit helps. And Patrick's no stranger to doing the work himself.
We're up on the roof, and we found a tile that's missing, and we are about to fix it because, Patrick, you do this on a daily basis. Fix it as inexpensively as you can, right?
I try and fix things straight away before they become a big bill. And I do buy small amounts of second-hand wood tiles, just so I've got a stock of things. Hopefully this won't even notice when it goes in.
Shall we see if it fits? Done. Save yourself about 350 bucks.
Keeping his manor in tip-top shape is a full-time job for Patrick. But he still has time for house guests. I'm staying the night, and Patrick's given me the most haunted room in the house. He cannot be serious.
So this is the room.
This is the state bedroom.
The haunted room.
That's right, yes.
What's this, Patrick? I see there's like another doorway here.
Well, originally these doors would have been a lot lower for Tudor-sized people, but the Victorians raised the doorways in the whole house.
Okay, I will let you go in first to check if it's okay.
I hope you'll be comfortable here for the night.
Now this is the room where the Grey Lady appears.
That's right,
And
yes.
she walks through the wall back and forth. Is that
Well,
right?
she haunts all these bedrooms, but after a fire here, we had this panelling taken off the wall and we discovered a whole passage of archways connecting the bedrooms through there. So obviously she walked up and down the old corridor between the bedrooms.
So you're like not joshing me. There actually is a doorway behind there.
Yes, there is.
Great, thank you very much. I feel so much more at ease now.
Good, well, make yourself at home.
So this is what they call good old British hospitality. Thanks, Patrick.
Right. I've got my headlamp, trusty headlamp, and I've got my own camera. All I can think about is that monkey scraping its way into the room and the Grey Lady floating across through the hallway through the wall. See those two dolls over there? Those dolls are freaky. I don't know why you would put dolls like that in the bedroom. And then over here we've got this portrait of, like, it's a father and son, but the kid just keeps looking at you and he follows you across the room. It's just too creepy. It's really, really quiet. What the heck is that? Oh, something's coming in the room.
Luckily, it's just Patrick with a traditional bedtime nightcap.
Jonathan!
Oh, Patrick, scared the crud out of me.
You're looking a bit peaky. I've bought you a nightcap just
Yeah.
to stiffen your resolve for the night ahead.
Thank you very much. I will see you in the morning.
Good night.
Good night.
Let's hope Patrick's nightcap does what it's supposed to do. It's 8 a.m. and the Cook family are sitting down to breakfast. And so, I'm happy to say, am I.
Morning.
John. How did you get on?
All right. I survived, I think. It wasn't the most relaxing night's sleep, I'll say, but yeah, I was okay.
Well, you've made it down to the ground floor the next morning. Not everybody does.
Really? Hi, guys.
Hi.
This must be James, and this is George.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, George? Have you seen any of the ghosts in the house? Which ones?
Monkey.
Yeah, I think it was James he saw.
Yeah, I think it was your little brother.
Well, I didn't see any ghosts, but I am glad I've seen all there is of Ethelhampton. Still to come, a castle even Shakespeare would have loved, and in fact, he did. And then, one of England's finest stately homes has a few surprises lurking in the garden.
Wow.
Plus, if you're going to have a castle, you must have a moat. A quarter-mile moat. Now, if you want to get serious about grand castle living, you gotta hit Scotland. We're traveling east along the shores of Loch Ness, famous for the legendary Loch Ness Monster. But we're not looking for the monster.
We're in search of a castle that has 700 years of bloody history. Now, to most, they would know it as Macbeth's Castle, but to the locals, it's called Cawdor.
And yes, that's Macbeth, as in Shakespeare. Believe it or not, I've got the keys to a castle that's actually mentioned in one of Shakespeare's most famous plays.
Oh, wow. Here's the castle. Look at that. What a great view. Look at this. Woof.
Cawdor Castle was built over 600 years ago. And the scale of this place is just massive. Cawdor's got 48 rooms in all, including 14 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, a kitchen, and since it is a castle, some ancient battlements. Outside, there are 3 immaculately manicured gardens and a maze you could get lost in for days. And it takes days to explore this place. Corridor is set among 56,000 acres of ancient woods. The price tag for all this? Literally incalculable. Because what kind of price tag can you put on history? This castle has been lived in by one family for over 26 generations. The current owner is Dowager Countess Cawdor, who was married to the 24th Thane of Cawdor. And to meet such a grand lady, I've put on my traditional kilt. And if I lapse into a Scottish accent, that's because, believe it or not, I was born and raised in this neck of the woods. Although, believe me, not in such grand circumstances.
Now I'm appropriately dressed in the Scott tartan. We're going to head into Cawdor Castle, but first we have to cross the drawbridge, which is actually under repair. Leads us to these very heavy iron gates. And when we come inside this courtyard, what you have to remember is that in 1372 AD, this was a fortified castle. And they used to shoot their arrows through here at the enemies who would come and try and get into the castle. But now it's someone's home. And let's go and meet the lady of the castle. And I think she might be in...
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. Welcome to Cawdor.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure.
Shall
Real
we
pleasure. Come on
step
in.
inside?
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
Come on in. This is...
We're up in the first floor dining room. The fireplace alone was installed over 300 years ago.
Come and have some soup.
Lovely.
This is...
And I thought these places were supposed to have butlers.
Sit yourself down.
Thank you.
But apparently not. So before we find out who does the work around here, first things first.
So you eat every meal in here?
Absolutely. Breakfast, lunch and dinner.
And you have a chef that cooks for you, correct?
Yes, I'm very fortunate to have Martin Nelson as a chef who's been with me for almost 18 years.
Now that's more like it. Meet Chef Martin. He works in the most up-to-date room in the castle. A thoroughly modern kitchen. And it's Martin's job to provide food that's fit for a king. Well, you know what I mean. And if Cawdor appears to be the stuff of dreams, so is the story behind it. The Thane who built Cawdor had the vision of the castle come to him in a dream. The legend goes that when he was looking for a place to build, he loaded a donkey with gold and let it roam freely until it lay down to rest. Where the donkey slept, that's where he built his castle. And at Cawdor, the donkey laid down under a tree. Or so they say.
Now, is it true there's a tree?
There is indeed. And that's another secret of Cawdor. Through this door here, come and have a look.
Behind curtain number 1.
We're down on the ground floor, the heart of the castle, the place where legend becomes reality.
Here is the tree.
This is the tree.
The tree is plumb center of the central structure, exactly opposite the drawbridge, and there is no doubt it has its fossilized roots right here. There is no doubt that this is where it grew.
Some legends you only hear about. Your legend is right
here.
in the middle
Absolutely.
of the house.
Coming up, we'll find out just how you heat a castle with over 48 rooms. And later, the owner of this castle has a pretty interesting way to pay the bills. A full-on safari park right in the front yard. You have to see it to believe it. Plus a castle bought for a song. Now it's worth millions. We're at the imposing Cawdor Castle, discovering how 21st century people live in 14th century homes. It's time for tea, and Dowager Countess Cawdor and I are heading along one of the castle's many corridors towards the second floor tower sitting room. Countess Cawdor now lives alone at the castle, and that's pretty much a full-time job. Managing the estate and its lushly manicured grounds is both an art and a science. Of course, it helps to have, well, in this case, me.
How wonderful to have a charming young man carry my tea tray.
Look, on the right-hand side here, we have, what is this?
This is peat and wood that we burn in the fires because Cawdor is basically only heated through the fires. And this peat is cut on our moor. It's cut in summer, stacked on the moor, and then come autumn it's brought in, so it's nice and dry.
This peat isn't so far from what you'd buy to put on your flower beds. It's just a couple of 100 years older and more densely compacted. It's cut right from the ground surrounding the castle, and they go through hundreds of pounds of it each year.
Now, you would think that, as we head on up the stairs, do you think that peat would smell?
It does. It has a wonderful little odour, which you will see as we go to the tower sitting room.
Right.
You will smell the odour of peat.
From its heavily fortified origins back in the 1300s, this castle has evolved into a fabulous country mansion with 48 rooms. Though Countess Cawdor is a thoroughly modern lady, she has kept the decor traditional, with Scottish tartans and wall hangings. Walking through Cawdor is like walking through history. Her living quarters are spread around both the 14th century tower, the oldest part of the castle, and the more recent side buildings added in the 17th century.
Here, careful, because we're about to go into the oldest part of the building,
Right.
which is 1370. And as you can see, the doorways are really much lower than they would be today. Come on in.
Thank you. As we come up. Wow. Oh, no, this is a room. This is lovely. Now this,
Come on in.
thank you very much. This, if I might say, is a fantastic room. One thing that I've noticed in some of the other homes and things that we've gone into, that they're freezing. And this one is not. This one is a lovely, warm, comfortable home.
Look at the thickness of the wall. That explains it. It is because the walls are so, I mean, they're about 5 foot thick.
So from here to the window is wall.
Solid stone. And therefore, the temperature doesn't really change all that much, come summer to winter. We heat with the fire, basically, only. And it's therefore terribly nice and warm in winter.
Ah, this is the peat. Can I just
Yes,
have a
sure.
whiff, so they say
Yes.
in America? It actually doesn't smell
No, it
here.
only smells when it releases the heat.
Do you put 2 on or just 1?
2.
Should we have some tea? A little
absolutely.
sip.
Come and have some tea. Earl Grey?
I think I could get used to this. Anyway, I digress. We've still got a lot to see in Cawdor Castle.
Now, I see something over in the corner which I'm going to go investigate. And ta-da, it is. It's a secret door.
Yes. Go and explore. That
know-
is the oldest staircase in the house.
Whoa, this is steep. Up, up. Well, you know this better than I do. Oh. Wow.
We're at the top of the castle on the battlements, site of many a bloody battle.
Being up here, there's a quote from Shakespeare's Macbeth, which is, "This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our senses."
Well done.
Poetic language is all well and good, but the castle guards working here hundreds of years ago had more pressing matters on their minds.
Angelica, I think I missed something here. Now, this looks interesting.
This is a medieval loo, is what that is.
Oh.
If you're wondering what a loo is, it's what the British would call a bathroom, although this one is definitely no frills.
So, in fact, the guards up here didn't have to go very far.
Right.
Right here.
So, and then this hole here would be for firing your gun.
Exactly.
So you could
Absolutely.
do 2 things at once.
All very 14th century, I must say. But let's get back to the 21st century and find out just what it takes to maintain a 600-year-old castle.
There's obviously works being done on the roof. How long has it been since the last roof works were done?
250 years.
I would assume that it's very expensive to replace.
2 million expensive.
Oh, 2 million pounds,
Pounds.
which is about, just under $4 million.
$4 million just for the roof. And if you think that's a lot, consider that this castle itself is worth millions of dollars. In fact, it's so valuable it doesn't even have a price tag. And this family will never sell. Coming up, English castle, check. Eccentric owner, check. African Safari Park in the garden. Check this out. And later, we'll see what it actually takes to bring one of the grandest castles in Britain back to life. We're back in England, in the West, in Wiltshire. This next castle turned modern home is called Longleat, and it has a unique way of making ends meet. It has a full-on African safari park. The safari park is next to the castle in nearly 9,000 acres of grounds. Plenty of space for the totally out-of-place wild animals who have taken a liking to the mild English climate.
Okay, this is too bizarre. When I first came to the UK and I thought I was going to be going to stately homes, I thought I'd see maybe a couple of Cocker Spaniels, a little King Charles Spaniel, but this dude has zebras, he has giraffes and camels. This is a full-on safari park.
The safari park was added in 1966.
Oh, look at that tongue.
It wasn't just because the owner loved animals, it was to help pay the bills. When you have a castle as big as Longleat, believe me, there are a lot of bills. Longleat was built in 1580 for the kingly sum of £8,000. That's close to $3 million in today's money. And if you wanted to buy today, you'd probably need over $100 million. But no one's telling. But hey, it does have 117 rooms. And it also has one of the most eccentric owners in all of Castledom, Lord Bath, one of the richest men in all of Britain. His family has lived in Longleat for 14 generations, passed down the family line for 426 years. But before we meet this colorful lord, let's have the guy who really knows this place show us around. This is Ken. He runs the show here at Longleat.
Morning, Ken.
Morning, John. Nice to see you.
From the main entrance, we're heading straight for the grand staircase, built of oak over 200 years ago.
Wow.
Now this is what I call opulence, and I can't wait to see the rest of Lord Bath's palatial pad.
Now you're saying this is the library where we are? No, this is the hall
This is simply the corridor to the library.
Fine. Well, let's head into
I knew
the
that.
library then. And we should let people know that these are the kind of staterooms, in a sense,
That's
that are
correct,
used
yeah.
for formal functions.
Yeah.
Lord and Lady Bath don't live in these
That's
rooms.
right.
They have their
They've got
quarters
their own
upstairs.
apartments, that's right.
Okay, got it.
Now this is a library. This is what you think a library should look like,
That's
with
right.
the leather chairs, the books, everything. It's a great room. It's fantastic. Even the fireplace is lovely, and the mirror above the fireplace.
Yeah.
Now I have to ask a cleaning question about this. Does one person deal with that, or?
There's over 3,640 pieces in that chandelier. I take every single one off, hand them down to the cleaning girls. It goes down the line of the cleaning girls, dried, and put back on.
How long does that take?
Probably takes us about 3 days.
3 days? I could clean my whole neighborhood in 3 days. But with 12 bedrooms and countless bathrooms and 7 libraries spread over thousands of square feet and 4 floors, taking care of Longleat is a mammoth task for more than 50 full-time staff who help to keep the place tidy.
June,
Yes.
explain to us what it is you're exactly doing.
These have all got to be cleaned and the dust taken out from a previous season with a toothbrush.
With a manky old toothbrush. How long does this entire staircase take?
We've been on it a fortnight now.
Oh, that's 2 weeks. 2 weeks you have been cleaning the stairs. Well, you guys are doing a fine job, and it looks fantastic, and I will leave you to finish off the week cleaning the stairs. I'm going to head out.
Thank you.
I'll speak to you later. Nice talking to you, ladies.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye now.
Let's check out the second floor, which is where some serious entertaining takes place. There are 3 regal dining rooms, one of which was built specifically for entertaining royalty and other dignitaries.
Now we're coming into the
This is the state
dining room.
Yeah.
Now, I'm told, and correct me if I'm wrong, that the Queen has dined here,
She has in 1980. She came.
and she has signed a book to say that she was here with
That's
her
right.
own hand.
She has, yeah.
Wow, the Queen herself at Longleat. Now that's impressive, but it's easy to see why she came. There isn't another castle in all the world quite like Longleat. Next, Did we mention that Lord Bath happens to be totally, ridiculously, filthy rich? We'll see how the other half live large and check out his private quarters.
It's very Chinese.
And later, one man undertakes a renovation of a 500-year-old manor house that he bought as a total wreck. Okay, so a few hours at Longleat and I'm beginning to get a feel for what it must be like to maintain a 400-year-old castle in Britain. But what I really want to know is, what's it like to actually live in a place like this?
Well, we moved from all the grandeur from one extreme now to the other, and we're going into the private quarters of Lord and Lady Bath, and they are right through this door.
Lord Bath has kept most of the house in traditional period style, but he's transformed his own private quarters into a seriously weird kaleidoscope of color. Well, when you're one of the richest men in the UK, you can choose whatever decor you want.
Fantastic. Speaking of the man himself,
hello.
Lord Bath, hi. Thank you for having us.
Oh, I'll show you around what I've done here.
What Lord Bath's done here is cover the entire west wing of Longleat with murals he began painting in 1964. He figured, why bother trying to exhibit in galleries when he had enough rooms to display a lifetime of work? Now this is the kind of British eccentricity I've been hoping to find.
Well, this is a disco mural. They're dancing their hearts out.
They certainly are. I feel I have to do this when I come in here. I love the ceilings. It's an interpretation of what we've seen in the old part, which is ornate, very over the top, very lush, and this is very modern, it's striking, it's colorful.
I gotta say, this is quite some paint job. And just take a look in the kitchen.
What's great about this is there's a part of you in every single room,
yes.
Even though you are physically not, spending much time in here.
It's a third of the house, really, that I've made my thumbprints on.
I think thumbprints might be understating it a bit. Everywhere you look, there's evidence of Lord Bath's colorful past. And my personal favorite, the bathroom.
Lord Bath has a big bath. This is my kind of bathtub. This is a bit of bling bathtub. And there is bling on the ceiling. Oh, it's a pity he's not available to paint my bathroom.
So, we've just gone through the private apartments that cover 2 floors of Longleat's West Wing. Now I've got a little surprise for you guys. We're heading somewhere even more private. You're coming with me to Lord Bath's very own penthouse suite.
Can I just say how bling your door is?
It's actually where I can get away from all the rest of my family.
That's where you hide. Oh, this is where you hide away.
Yes.
Are we allowed to take
in the other bits we've been looking at?
Oh, they're right.
Home for this eccentric British lord is a bachelor-like pad tucked away in the roof of his beloved Longleat.
This is all right, this room. I quite like this, and I'm liking that desk. You have to check the bed out. Fit for a king. This is kind of like my desk. But you know the thing I love about
you
this?
can find things.
There's a little bit of chaos there, but like I've said before, I find common chaos, and I know where everything is.
I know
on
where
that
to begin
desk.
searching.
It would take years to learn all the nooks and crannies of this fascinating castle, not to mention all the secrets of its eccentric owner. It's amazing to think from his penthouse, Lord Bath can look out over his very own safari park and 900-acre garden.
Also at Longleat is the world's largest yew hedge maze. It's over 30 years old and just under 2 miles long.
I think Lord Bath uses the maze to rid himself of pesky house guests who've overstayed their welcome.
It feels like we're going around in circles.
Lost in Longleat? Not a bad way to go, really. Coming up, we've got one more castle to see. You think you've done a major renovation on your home? Check out this overhaul. One of the grandest reconstruction jobs in Great Britain. Okay, one grand castle turned modern home to go. And this one's in Suffolk, in the east of England. It's called Kentwell Hall, a 500-year-old manor house built when Henry VIII was still the King of England. Now, some castles are born grand and others have grandness thrust upon them. This 16th century castle is what it is today because of the loving care and attention of its owners, Patrick and Judith Phillips.
Tea for you.
Oh, excellent.
Patrick bought Kentwell in 1971 when it was a total wreck. But 2 years later, he met Judith, and together they've spent millions of dollars and more than 3 decades restoring their castle to its former glory. And guess what? If the owners ain't around, I'm allowed to take a little peek all on my own.
Now that's a door. Let's see if someone's home. Big knocker. Nope. But I got the key. Wow.
Welcome to Kentwell's Great Hall. The hall alone is bigger than most homes. Now this is my kind of place. And it's also the heart of this 500-year-old Tudor brick mansion. Built above and around it are 70 rooms in 2 wings that form a U shape with the central block. And the whole thing's surrounded by its very own moat.
Oh, look at this. Man, look, check this out. Look at his face. Complete suits of armor. We should go find Patrick and Judith because I'm getting kind of funny walking through their house. Oh, wow. Big dining room. Great red ceilings. Hello? Anyone here? And da-da-da-da-da-da. And here they are. Hello.
Well done, you made it.
I finally found you. Hello, hello. The lady of the house, Judith Phillips, and the man of the house, Patrick Phillips. I'm sorry to interrupt your
Don't worry, don't
lovely
worry.
lunch.
I'm sorry we've started, so...
That's all right.
We're in a kitchen that hasn't changed much in 500 years. And I gotta say, this is quite some restoration job.
You guys saved the house, basically, in, was 1971. What was the biggest problem that you ran into? I mean...
Well, there were holes in... We've got several roofs here. There were holes in most of the roofs, and the water was coming in and being collected in baths.
This is a mammoth thing you've taken on. I mean...
We've had non-stop building works here since 1972, somewhere or other, on the manor, in the house.
But you enjoy it.
And I just love it.
Patrick's grand restoration has certainly paid off as he has transformed a discarded ruin into a luxury mansion worth millions of dollars. And yep, you get wireless internet.
Are we Wi-Fi in this house yet?
Oh, we certainly are.
Ooh!
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Now that is the perfect example of bringing the old and the new together. We are Wi-Fi, baby.
Which is pretty amazing when you consider that when Patrick bought Kentwell, it didn't even have electricity. The home is laid out on 4 floors. On the top 2 are the 14 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms. And all over, Patrick has combined traditional English period design with some more eccentric ideas.
What is this?
The staircase is 1670s. Right, now, this is our piece of resistance, as we say.
This is what they would say this is wow factor.
Now, this is our Roman-style bathroom. It all came about because we found this bath in the woods.
In the woods?
In the woods. And so, having got the bath...
Wait, jump back a bit. What was this bathtub doing in the woods?
Well, everything was sold up from the house before I bought it. And we think that somebody slipped somebody £5 or something not to sell this bath.
Right.
And they then hid it in the woods, and presumably intending to come back and take it, but it's so heavy that they couldn't do that.
So Patrick had the solid marble bath lifted by crane from the woods into his new Roman-style bathroom. And, well, hang on a minute. What have we got here?
We've taken the Roman notion of having loos side by side, because Romans used to go down to loos in order to have a chat. And here we've got a sort of...
I have to do this. No, Patrick, you have to... If you don't mind, can you sit down and just talk to me while I'm on the loo? There we go. This is how we would have a conversation.
This is how we'd have a conversation way back in Roman times. There might have been 20 of us sitting side by side.
Having finished our little chat, we head to one of Kentwell's 14 bedrooms, each with its own bathroom, by the way. And once again, Patrick's been putting his unique stamp on this 16th century restoration project with some very modern space-saving ideas.
Here we have all the elements of a bathroom. Behind this section we have the basin.
Ta-da!
Behind the next section we have a bath that we've had specially painted with dragons
Very
to
nice.
accentuate the Chinese elements. And in the other element at the end here, we've got the loo. Not one of our best loos, so I won't show it to you.
I'll take your word on that one.
The castle has hundreds of feet of corridors, or maybe I was just lost. Downstairs on the ground floor is the parlor. And where you and I might display bowling trophies, Patrick keeps his collection of lethal antique weaponry. Let's face it, not even the grandest castle should be without its own security system.
And the thing about our armour is it's all used. So when you see this helmet, you can see all these dents on it. That's where people have been wearing them. They've got axes or swords. Now this one is a jousting helmet called a frog's mouth helmet. And that's designed so that you can just peek through this little gap, and then as soon as the lance comes about to hit you, you put it upright. This is one of the most vicious weapons you can have. You brace it against your leg and a horse could run onto it, or you could run somebody through with it.
It's amazing what Patrick and Judith have achieved here at Kentwell. I can't help but admire all the hard work that's gone into this place. Right now, I've been summoned outside to help feed the fish.
Patrick, most people have just a pond, but you actually have a moat.
Indeed. This is one of the biggest moats in Suffolk, actually, 1/4 mile all the way round. Not quite as deep, but fuller of fish than you'll see in most.
Why do you have a moat?
Well, a lot of people think that they're defensive, but of course this moat's very easy to cross. But they're status symbols. At the time when moats were being built, it declared your great status. So if you want to improve your own status when you get home, get yourself a moat.
I'll dig a moat. So forget the fancy car, forget all the bling, it's all about a moat.
That's it.
Keeping Kentwell in shape is a full-time job. Judith's favorite is sculpting bushes in Kentwell's walled garden. It seems that inside and out, the work is never done when you've got the keys to the castle. It's just another day here at Kentwell, where a labor of love that started over 30 years ago is set to continue for a long time to come. The traditional styling of Athelhampton, the Scottish Highland beauty of Cawdor, the regal grandeur of Longleat. And remember, plenty of these fantastic castles are open to the public, so don't take my word for it. Go out and get the keys to the castle yourself.